There's something I say often that really pisses folks off. I go, it only takes 6 months, right? It only takes 6 months for you to get it together, for you to make a decision, for you to get a new trade, for you to get a new job, for you to get engaged, but not necessarily married, but engaged for all these things. And no matter how much documented evidence we bring and prove and articles that back up everything I say, people want to fight me on it. Why? Because you lack accountability. You lack follow-up. Like most folks, you're on cruise control. You are not focused. You're not making this your everyday effort. See, a lot of times if you actually go talk to a lot of these wholesalers, it took them 90 days, 60 days, 30 days to really hammer out their first deal, or their first 10,000 or their first 20,000, right? Because it became their ultimate everyday goal. They woke up and did this over and over again. Now, most Americans make about 35,000, decisions a day. Now, this is Americans because they're just judging it off this, but overall, most people get up and on average, every little thing, socks, clothes, hair, how you're going to do your hair, contacts, which way are you going to drive. These are little decisions. And so a lot of people are absolutely wiped out. Within the matter of 5:00 p.m., they're done. They want to veg out and sit down. So when people sit here and tell me, oh, Erica, it took me years to get this. No, it took you years for you to believe that you needed to do that. It took you years for you to agree that was the best course of decision. But it only took 6 months for you to really hammer it out. It only took 6 months for it to get real accountability. It only took 6 months to get real data. It only took 6 months for you to meet that girl and really actively ask real questions about thoughts, just children, where we're going, flexibility, how things are, how she dresses, how she carries herself, how she talks to you when she's angry, how do you talk to her when you're angry. These things aren't these long, drawn-out 10-year processes. If someone tries to convince you it takes 10 years for them to convince you that you're a lifetime partner, dude, they have no father. They just don't. They don't have two parents home. They have lack of accountability if they do have two parents, and they have a lack of accountability for their own life, lack of direction, lack of desire to complete a task. So again, yes, I'm getting a little deep here, but when I talk to people on the phone, I'm like, hey, let's write down our goals for just this week. Let's write down the direction we're headed this week. Let's write down what we're doing this week. Let's write down what we're going to do for this month. Let's write down what we're going to do for the next 6 months. And let's write down what we're going to do for the year. Now, guess what gets in the middle of all that? Emotions, family, friends, all kind of stuff gets thrown in there. They're like the monkey wrench into our plans. But we have to keep circling back to consistency. Now, how do we do that? Journaling, books, planning, scheduling it on our phone, getting trainers, getting accountability groups, getting Facebook groups where that's all they're talking about night and day. That's why we're big on get the first big thing to make a lot of money, and the other things will flow. Prime example, if you have a job and the job pays you $150,000, that's why these people in the fire movement get done early, because they get paid buku money, lots of money. The more money they get paid, the quicker it is for them to retire or get to the fire lifestyle. The more money it makes, the quicker they get rid of their debt. Right? So same thing here. Most people say, well, Erica, my job only pays me $30K a year, $40K a year. I can't do the fire movement, but so fast. True. And that's where the side hustle kind of, hunger in America has come from, right? Where we're going to do Uber and Dash and Lyft and try to increase our income up to at least $50,000 a year. But what happens is, what you have to realize is, most people, if they really get really busy for at least 6 months and they go, man, I don't want to do all this. I'd much rather go get a trade, get a tech job, start a business, switch into something else than work myself to the bone. It only takes 6 months to get that data. It only takes 6 months if you're actually putting your money in a separate bank account, not the same one where you just draft like crazy and swipe all the time, but a separate bank account, really seeing how much money is coming from those side hustles to let you decide, is this worth it? Is this numbers make sense? If they don't, stop. If this is working, continue. If it's not working, if you're exhausted, you're tired, and you have some different plan for your life, you can stop. See, what people don't understand is, a lot of people are keeping it up, what they call it, don't be fronting for the gram, don't be fronting for Facebook. I don't have time for that. I don't. I will tell you something's not working, and I will stop right then and there and cancel that thing. Why? Because you have a choice to cancel something if it is not serving you. A lot of people are afraid to say, oh, I'm not worried about losing face. You know why? Because most people can't even keep up with their own life, much less themselves. And 6 months later, they're completely forgotten about what they were picking on you about. That's why we make fun of people that every 6 months they've got some new whatever, new significant other, and every 2 minutes you're looking up, you're like, man, what happened? Because they're quickly entertained by nothing. So their relationships only last 3 to 7 months, because if that person starts asking real questions, hey, where are we going? Where is this going? What are you doing with your life? Why are you still working at a job you hate? Now they've asked you to be accountable, and you don't like that, right? Because it doesn't take forever to be accountable, right? And that's why those people keep switching in relationships every 3 to 7 months, because they can't stick with one person, because one person would expect what? Change, growth out of them. Everything grows, everything changes. Trust me. All these couples didn't start out old. They started out young and kept going down the road together. So that's my 2 cents on it only takes 6 months. And a lot of you are BSing, right? You're dragging feet for whatever reasons, and life does get in the way. Kids, family, marriages, all that stuff gets in the way. But guess what? We always go back to our most comfortable state. And that comfortable state is going to be cruise control. You're going to cruise to the lowest denominator of effort. And that's how people are. That's how the nature of people. So you have to determine, hey, is this cruising that I'm doing going to get me where I'm trying to go? If not, then you need to stop cruising. So I hope this video was helpful. I am clearly in the mountains, and I hope you guys can hear all this. I may try to put caption on the video so you can understand all the words I'm saying. But I hope you guys take action. Go check out some of the Classy Climb tour. Check out some of the Classy Climb classes. I put these things out because I create accountability with my students and create accountability with myself. So, all right. Hope you guys enjoy.